Still having issues with my nose and a post-nasal drip, but we shall muddle on. Greetings and felicitations again, my fellow perceptive purple people. I wanted to take a few moments to talk with you about which of your votes matters more, the one for your congressional representatives in the Senate and House, or the one for president. I was reading through a recent Newsweek article regarding what I consider to be a rather strange conflict between the current regime and Congress over who has the authority over initiating conflict in light of the 1973 War Powers Act. Apparently, the 6th corrupted Supreme Court may be weighing in on this, and their likely to be corrupted decision for Trump may just upend the Constitution. Now, as I'm sure you are probably already aware, the United States Constitution makes clear that the power to declare war rests very firmly in the hands of the duly elected representatives of the people in Congress. Those representatives are, generally speaking, elected by the same people who also vote for the president and vice president. Now, since our Constitution puts the power of war in the hands of one set of votes, but those same voters also elect the heads of the executive branch, which vote would be more important than the other? Now, to clarify the question a bit, our founding fathers decided to wrest the awesome power of declaring war to the people through their elected representation. Since the people elect both, why would the framers of the Constitution choose the slower path of Congress for this power than the quicker path of executive decision? Why does your vote for your congressional representative hold more authority than your vote for the leader of the executive branch of our government? Well, war is not a small thing. It is not just money and materials, it's lives on the line. It's placing you and your fellow citizens in harm's way. People, our people, die in war, just as our founding fathers found that they had to be unified to be able to justify sending their brothers and sisters into the breach of war. Future generations of Americans would find that justification to be just as important to do the same. By the way, this might be a good reason why that last war that we all agreed on was World War II. We agreed to get into it as a nation, not by fiat decision of any one person. But the future is a bit different than our founding fathers had envisioned, ain't it? Instead of a well-regulated militia making up of citizens being called up only to defend against an invading force, a professional set of armed services consisting of only a fraction of the population who volunteer to serve is now in place. Citizen soldiers, training over a month or once a month for local and national defense, have been replaced by professional National Guard troops. Still citizen soldiers, as it were, but far more connected into the active military than before. Instead of being concerned with the territorial defense, we deal with global threats across the globe to prevent anything from ever getting to our shores. This means that the majority of military conflicts, wars if you will, though that wouldn't truly be accurate, aren't of the nature for Congress to debate as thoroughly as a true war, and more immediately decisive actions must be employed from time to time. This sets up the stage for a conflict between the two branches that could cause the United States to become paralyzed in the face of the need for executive branch's specialty, rapid response, where the power for such rests within the legislative branch. This is where such acts as the War Powers Act of 1973 or the AUMF after 9/11 comes in. These are intended to give the executive branch a limited authorization from Congress to engage in immediate threats, while giving Congress the time to make a definitively slower determination as to whether or not to continue such engagement. The Constitution is satisfied while allowing for faster responses to an ever-changing world of unconventional threats. All well and good, right? Well, unfortunately, this arrangement has left openings for military excursions that our founding fathers would have had a conniption over. As we currently have a party in control of Congress that is more interested in the power that their party can accumulate than what is best for the country that put them there, the expected checks and balances are not occurring as they should be. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court decides, as their recent decisions have shown, at least 6 of them are apt to do so, that somehow Trump is able to start and continue wars. That's what they are, folks, not incursions or whatever. People die, it's war, without the explicit or at least implied mandate from Congress. We will have crossed over the threshold away from anything that our founding fathers fought and died for. So, in answer to our initial question of this video as to which vote matters more, they are, as the two different branches are, co-equal, but for different purposes. Your vote in the representatives in Congress are for the people that you want to fight for your local and state to have laws that pass at the federal level and are as acceptable as possible for you. This is your long-term vote. Your vote for the president or executive branch representation is for a person that will act in the instant in the way that you believe is appropriate for the incredible and sometimes unpredictable events of the instant that may present themselves in a way that is far too fast for your congressional representation to have time to argue it all out in time. This is your vote for the immediate actions, based upon laws created with time, consideration, and debate with your long-term representation that you would want, along with keeping some checks on that one guy that you are trusting so much. So what are your thoughts about this? Do you find our position reasonable, or do you have a more logical and/or rational idea on the subject? Do be prepared for vigorous yet polite debate, but let's hear it. As always, I'll see you in the comment section below. Till our next chat, remember to keep your balance and stay purple, people. We'll see you again real soon, and let's get America together again.